From the ACCUSTATS Arena at Caesars Southern Indiana, it's the 2023 Derby City Classic and the 24th edition of the All-Around Pocket Billiards Championship. Thank you very much, everybody. This is without a doubt Pool's most exciting and prestigious event, and it's sponsored by Diamond Billiard Products, Simonis Cloth, and Aramuth Pool Balls. We'd like to recognize our great associate sponsors from Outsville and Master Chuck, and recognizing again the terrific job our tournament direction team has done from Bad Boys Billiards Productions. So, with that being said, and a special thank you to all of our great DCC fans that are here or watching at home, thank you for being part of the DCC family. Okay, one more 9-ball here, and then we might have some one pocket for you, but let's get right underway. I think we've got a battle of roommates here. These guys come from the Philippines and draw each other, but that happens a lot, so let's introduce them to you right now. And from the Philippines, this gentleman is a US Open 10-ball champion, he's a China Open champion, and his banner hangs high in this arena for his Derby City 9-ball title. Sponsored by Davini Q's, we call him the Slayer, it's Vann Corteza. And his opponent, also from the Philippines, a two-time Asian Junior champion and currently ranked number 19 in the world rankings. Sponsored by Kamui, and 3 seconds, let's welcome Robbie Capito. All right, gentlemen, please lag for the break. And we're going to send it upstairs to Bobby Chamberlain and a guest.
All right, folks, here we go. Opening lag here. We're going to have Vann Corteza and Robbie Capito playing, two good friends playing each other. We got a lag here, and Robbie Capito has won the lag, so he will be breaking first. This should be a pretty good match. On paper, Vann has a slight advantage, but anything can happen in these events for sure. For all y'all tuning out in TV land, we appreciate everything. What a very big event this is. The production, the casino, the amount of players that have traveled to come to this event. The 9-ball alone has 526 players that have entered the event. We're down now, it looks like just below the final 32. It will all come to an end today with the 9-ball and the one pocket. We're trying to schedule the next match. We are expecting the one pocket match next, unless something happens differently, between Tony Chohan and Efren Reyes. And the winner of that will face Jonathan Penninger for the DCC one pocket championship. There's 3 players left. Tony Chohan is still playing 9-ball. He is undefeated in the 9-ball division, so it's holding the schedule up. We have an opening break, and he has elected to cut break. He has made the corner ball, and he has a shot on the 1. Layout, getting from the 1 to the 2 is a little bit difficult. However, the 5 and 7 are tied up, and unless there's some way getting to the 4 to break those out, it looks like it will be a safety or a billiard for whatever player ends up going to that direction to play a carom to make the 7. So he's looking for an angle here to make the 1 to get to the 2, and it looks like dead center table would be about the area where he'd want the cue ball to fall into place, pocketing this 1 ball. All right, and that is dead center table. Very well done. Now from this angle here, he's going to have to hit a touch of high inside English, left English, and come up between the 3 and 9, or he's going to have to go around slightly and go 2 rails and try to get the cue ball short of where it's at right now. Okay. He's moving right along. Now, cutting this ball in, it's going to be hard for him to avoid the cue ball not running into the 8. So he definitely is going to hit this with speed just to push the 8 to the rail so it doesn't bounce back out and get to the 4. If he does have to do that, otherwise he'll have to draw past the 3 and miss the 8. I mean, past the 8 to miss the 8. All right, and he's got an angle here, which was smart that he left here, that if he wants to go into the 5 and 7, he's got the angle to go ahead and go after that. So if he does this, he'll want to run into the, he can run right between them if he can and would split the balls with just slow speed. That's what he'd like to do. That's the best thing in order to do. If he hits the 5 on the right side of the 5 from the camera angle, is fine too, as long as it doesn't hit so hard to where it doesn't give him a shot and put it behind the 7. So let's see if he can go right between them. What he likes to do. All right, he hit behind it and with speed, so now he's left himself no shot on the 5. This ball will not bank cross side. I just don't think he can hold the angle. I'm not sure he can hold the angle and compress the cushion from this angle, so he's going to look like he's going to have to elect to play some type of safety here, sending the 5 on and the cue ball on different sides of the table. As such, and it's about the best he could ask for. It would be nice for him to get behind the 7 or the 9 ball cover the 5. But he has left a tough shot here. But he has left a cut shot. It's very tough, but it is makeable. If he does elect to cut it in, the cue ball will have a lot of speed on it. It will travel several rails because the ball will be cutting the 5 thin. Right. Well, he didn't get there. And he did get to the 7, but he didn't make the ball. So Robbie's got an easy 5 ball here, but he does have to go up and down the table, so he's going to want to hit this 5 ball thin to make sure he can definitely get at least past the side pocket area of the table, the center of the table. So he wants to get down to at least 3/4 of the way down, or the whole way down to the back rail. All right. Too bad. He'd like to keep it off the rail if he can. Not too bad. He's going to hit high right here and travel the cue ball 1 rail. I don't think he's going to go to the 2nd rail. Just hit 1 rail and send the cue ball in the direction toward the 8 ball. All right. He went ahead and elected to stay away from the inside English and just hit straight English because he was by the rail, so he couldn't hit that much of the ball on the side of the ball. So here he can elect to shoot the 8 and kill it, or play the 9 ball in the same pocket he's trying to make the 8 after he pockets the 8, sending it back across the table. He killed it. Okay. Oh, well, he tried to kill it. He did cross across. He's on what we would call the 40-yard line, not quite the 50. All right, the 9 is down. All right, the tournament referee Ken Schumann has applied the rack here. He's checked it over. Everything's ready to go. The score is 1-0 Capito over Corteza. Let's follow the path of the 5 ball and the 1. See if the 5 goes in the bottom corner, the 1 in the side. That's trying to make one of those balls. All right, the cue ball is down, and he can see the 2 ball. It's a very thin cut. He's got an easy, simple safe here if he wants to play it by shooting a 2 and drawing the cue ball sideways, and then go 2 rails down to the bottom rail, and then have some coverage by the 6 or maybe in the 7, 3, or 9. If not, he would be leaving at least leaving his opponent the length of the table in the next shot. Or he can elect to cut it in. If he cuts it in, he's got to go up and down. He missed the 4 and 8, or he would have to hit the 4 ball absolutely square in order to stop the cue ball right where the 4 is at. If he hits the 4 thin, then he's going to have some length, and also he's going to end up with a possibility of scratching on the side. So he wants to cut this in and go up and down and miss the 4 and 8 completely. Traveling 18 feet with the cue ball here. Yeah, and that ball came out wide, and he scratched. He had good speed on it. That's possibly it's going to cost him a game here. So Lee Vann Corteza with ball in hand here. All right, just simple 1 rail. Toward the center of the table, short of it though, so that way he leaves himself an angle. All right, he's going to shoot the 4, come back across. Simple stuff here, guys. And play the 6 in the same corner. He'd like to fall straight on the 6 after pocketing the 4. I hope you all are excited as I am. It's coming. This is the last day, and it's coming down to the end. Top talent from around the world for sure, competing for this prestigious title. Oh, he's looking pretty good here. All right, and just simple shot. All right. Nothing fancy here, just follow through. Nothing with a cue ball, pocket the 9. All right, and there we are. Okay, there's the break. Lee Vann has down. He's very close here if he can make the 1 ball, It looks like a 7 might have him partially blocked. We'll find out here in just a second. It's very close. All right, there we go again. He's found his way to get positioned to the 3 ball. He needs to avoid hitting another ball, and he had a bad angle. Try to force himself some position. It was hard to get to it. Now he's got to end up playing some type of safety here, unless he can find a way to see the full puller 4 and try to pinch it 1 rail back down table. Not sure if he can. He's cueing like he can bank this ball. Oh, he can see the whole ball. He tried to cut it. He overcut the ball and left Robbie a very tough shot on the 4. Robbie's going to have to thin the left side of the ball and just send the cue ball back down table, or try to find a ball for coverage to block the incoming shot for Lee Vann. He's got the thin part. Did he get behind the 6? He did not, and he has left a piece of the 4 ball here. It looks like that 4 ball went over too far for Lee Vann, so it looks like Robbie's trying to find a way if he can manage to make this 4 ball and spin it in. Looks like he can make it. Be very easy. Good shot. Went a little far. He's going to be okay. So he wants to shoot this 5 ball and find himself toward the dead center of the table. I think he'll hit this with a high left and go to the left side of the 7. If not, he's going to have to draw around 3 rails. Which that's what he's like a 2, but he's got to make sure he gets away from the 8 ball. And he did. Great shot. Just barely. Good shot, good shot. Another game down. All right, we have 2 games to 1 if that score is correct. All right, it breaks down. And it looks like it's dry. No balls. All right. Lee Vann looking to get back to tie this match. He's down 2 games to 1. Just doesn't look like he has an offensive shot here. Unless he can manage to cut this 1 ball backwards, he will be playing safe. He did try to cut it, and he just couldn't get there. He's left for Robbie a very difficult long shot. Elevate. He's going to have to elevate over top of the 5 ball a little bit, maybe, unless he can hit running inside English. All right. Tough shot. He decided to kick behind it. All right. Well, the simplest shot here for Lee Vann is going to be defense. And that's to bank the 1 ball back up to center of the table and try to put the cue ball behind the 4 ball, playing a safety shot. He hit the 2 coming back, but he did get the cue ball behind the 4. But he's left himself, he really hasn't left a long distance from Robbie. He's going to have to turn back around and go to the back rail here to kick the 1. I don't think he can go to the side in any direction, so he'll be hitting the back rail on the short part. Unless he goes up and down the table, I think he should kick the back rail. That is what he's going to do. It's very tough when you're that close. He's got to draw this angle in to shorten the angle up. He made a nice hit, and he kicked the 1 ball straight into the side. What a shot. All right, good shot back and forth across. He's got to get close to the rail because the 3's pretty tight. He's made a good shot here. He had to shoot the 3 in the corner here. I think he's going to be hitting the cushion and coming back past the side pocket and back across to more of the center part of the lower part of the table. Uh-oh. Did he leave himself enough? Yep, he sure did. He's good. He's going a little far. Yeah, a little reckless here with the cue ball, and he pocketed the 5 thin and drew it sideways, and it took off. So he's got some work here to do. He's gonna pocket the 6 and put some inside. He's gonna just come back across the table and take a wide shot on the 7. Key thing here is stay down on the ball and just pocket the ball. He's looking at possibly going around the table here, which would be a minimum of 3 rails, possibly 4 rails with a cue ball, and he did do that. There's a second, third. He may or may not make it to the 4th rail, but he hit a great shot. He left himself a situation there where he shouldn't have had to do that, but he just drew the ball too far down the rail. Fantastic recovery. Another good shot. All right, Robbie Capito up 3 games to 1 over Vann Corteza. He's trying to pull away in this match. He's got a early 2-game lead, and he will have the next break. This is winter breaks. All right. Watch the 1 ball on the side or 2 ball in the corner. Those are the 2 balls that go most commonly on the break. Ready to make either one, and he's come up dry again. And Vann's lucky to get to the table. Unfortunately, he doesn't have a shot. That's offensive. And he doesn't really have a defensive shot. So he's going to probably elect to push out, meaning he can hit the cue, can call push out and hit the cue ball anywhere he wants to, and have his opponent elect to come to the table. It'd be Robbie's decision, shoot or take the shot, or he can just try to kick safe, and I think that's what he's trying to do. All right, he knocked the 1 down table, and looks like Robbie can hit the ball. Offensive shot only here would be to play a carom from send the cue ball off the 1 into the 3. Very tough shot. Let's see what he's able to do. Well, he tried it, but so he got a safe. He may have had full coverage here from the 7, so not being able to block Vann from going across the table to make a thin hit on the 1. If that's the case, he will elect to hit into the back rail here. 1 or 2 rails. He'll hit the straight back rail or straight and side back rail to kick 2 rails. Kicking 2 rails will always have a better chance of leaving the balls with more separation. Not all the time, but most of it. He kicked short and he missed the ball. Okay, this will be ball in hand for Robbie with a 3-1 lead and a chance to extend it here if he can run this rack out. All right, 2 balls straight in. Going to try to fabricate an angle here for the 3. Looking to draw back to the rail and play the 3 on the side. He has gone a little too far. All right, good shot. He's going to take a long shot on the 4 ball. But he is shooting. This shot he will not have to spin very much at all, if anything. He can go one rail and just hit down on it just slightly and just not use a second cushion, or he can hit bottom right and come 2 cushions out, headed toward the 5. All right, there you go. Good shot. Absolutely perfect. All right, he's created an angle to pocket the 6 to send the cue ball in the direction of the 7. So just basically the natural hitting down on the ball will lead toward the 7 after it hits the rail. Simple stuff here. And it looks like Robbie is going to extend his lead even farther to 3 games here with the pocketing of the 7, 8, and 9. Pretty much all stop shots here. Not much moved on the cue ball. All right, and there it is. He's extended his lead to 3 games in this race to 9. Robbie Capito 4, Lee Van Corteza 1. We are live at the DCC Derby City Classic in Elizabeth, Indiana at Caesars Southern Indiana Casino. Once again, this is live. This is a Pat Fleming's video production through ACCUSTATS, along with our sponsors of Diamond Billiards, Ivan Simonis cloth. We're using 860 grade tournament blue, Aramith tournament balls. We're using the Diamond Measle ball, along with other sponsors that are out there, Outsville and Master Chalk and many others. We appreciate all their support. We appreciate everybody tuning in for the streams. And if you have not got your final pass for the day and you're watching this, you do not want to miss what's coming up. We were down to 3 players left in the 1 pocket division, and we're down to about 24 left in the 9 ball. It will all end today, and there will be 3 champions crowned today: a 1 pocket champion, a 9 ball champion, and a Masters of the Table champion. All in one day will end today. And we will keep everybody posted on the next match coming up. If it's going to be another 9 ball match or it's going to be the 1 pocket match as soon as we know. All right. He did pocket a ball on the break. The 6 ball is down. Simple shot here on the 1. Just going to have to cut it thin. He's going to have to go back and forth and play the 2 down table. So he'll be shooting past the side pocket on his next shot. Just straight back and forth. 2 rails with a cue ball, maybe a 3rd rail. It'll be close, I'm sure. All right, there we go. That's a tough ball to pinch here. These pockets are only 4 1/4 inch, so he definitely has to hit the pocket and not a rail going in. Just don't accept the balls real easy, but he's got to put a really good stroke on this ball. You don't want to draw back too far. Maybe, if you get the cue ball where he's at now, it'd be terrific. Maybe not quite that far, though. Just going to make sure he pockets the ball, so accuracy is important. All right, a little short of where he was now. Only problem with being on the rail, it's going to limit him to what he can do. So he's got to look and see if the 4 goes past 8. If he does, then he'll shoot this ball with high English and just hit the back rail, side rail. He's kind of come out 2 rails and get it as close to the center of the table as he can. He's got to focus on making this ball. There's a lot of top spin here. Very good shot. Probably the best shot of the match for him. Now he can shoot the 4 ball and just stop the cue ball right where it's at after pocketing the 4. Should have very little movement. All right, I'm sure y'all can draw the picture here. Only decision is where he's going to play the 8 ball. Well, he's rolled to an angle and got a little straighter than he wanted to. So he's got to decide to draw all the way back to where he's at now, or try to move the ball sideways to try to play the 8 in the side. So it looks like he might try to draw all the way back and back out towards center table. All right, very well done. Not much happening with the cue ball here. Pocket the 8. And he's extending this lead from 4-1 with the pocket and a 9 ball to 5-1 in a 4-game lead. Taking total command of this match. I'm getting an update here, folks, and I'll let you all know the advancement of these players as soon as I know something. All right. Okay, so the score is ROBBIE CAPITO 5, Vann Corteza is 1. This is a race to 9. If Vann loses this match, he will be done at this event. He already has 1 loss. ROBBIE CAPITO has none. So if he loses this match, he has the buyback option still available. About 2/3 of the players will buy back into the event. Other notable, there's several. I haven't got an update, but going down the list, Tony Chohan is undefeated in the 9 ball. Jeffrey DeLuna is undefeated. Alex Paguline is undefeated. Roland Garcia is undefeated. Roberto Gomez, Tony Chohan, Jeffrey DeLuna. I'll wait to get the rest of the update soon. All right, again, trying for the 1 in the side or the 4 in the corner. See if he can make a ball here. He's made the 4 in the corner. And he really doesn't have much of a shot on the 1. This is a tough ball to play cross corner. He does have an easy long safe, if you'd like to, by thinning the 1 on the left side and going 2 rails, getting the cue ball down behind the 3 and the 7. I think I like the safety better than trying to make this bank shot. So follow the cue ball going either 2 or 3 rails here. 1, 2. He did not get the bounce that he wanted. So he has left a shot on the 1 ball here. Not an easy one, but he has left one. Okay, let's see if he can cut this ball backwards. Lee Vann has to get something going. He is 4 games down. And the momentum is definitely in Robbie's favor here. Hit a great shot. Will he get rewarded? He did. Stays down on this ball, make the 2-ball. Just kind of hold the cue ball a little bit. The cue ball shouldn't move more than a few inches here. I don't think he will be going to the rail here. It could be he could go to rail and bounce out or just hold the cue ball. He elected to hold it, and he has missed the 2-ball. He had a chance to get himself back on the board. He has left Robbie a long shot. He's going to hit this with a lot of extreme draw English and try to bring the cue ball back to the length of the table. This ball's going to have a lot of backspin on it. And he has not drew it enough, and he got behind a 9. That's where you got to kind of have a decision to make full commitment to the shot, where you're trying to draw to the area, or the safest thing is to draw all the way back down to the back rail and just make sure that you get a shot on a 3. And getting down there the whole way is a tough shot. It requires a lot of stroke. All right. Vann's got a chance to get on the board here. Again. There he goes. Lee Vann back on the board. All right. Ken Schumann is putting the rack back up in here. Racking the balls, and we are on game number 8 with a score of 5-2. And he has made the 1 ball, but he has no shot on the 2. This is a tough push out. He can push after the break, but he's got to find an area where his opponent will struggle to make a ball or play a tough safety on you. With that cluster of balls with a 5 and 9, 7 in the center, he cannot leave it to where it'd be easy for Robbie to leave him in a tough safety. He's going to leave it close to the rail. He's going to play, it looks like he's probably going to play a simple safe, just hit the 2 almost straight on with very soft speed and just let the 5, 9, 7 cover it. Should be able to keep this simple here. I don't think he's going to get behind the 4 ball. Just roll it easy. Let it take its path and have the 5, 9, and 7 block the side of the 2 ball. He shot it the other way of the 2, leaving an edge for the 2 ball to go in, possibly in the side pocket. Very tough back cut, especially elevated. He's elected to play a safe, and he has blocked them, but it's an easy to kick the 2 ball from here. Robbie's looking at trying to make the 2 ball from a kick shot off the side rail. Getting position might be a whole different thing if he happens to pocket the ball. He did not even hit it, and he scratched. So Lee Vann will have ball in hand here. He needs to find a way to get the cue ball to the back rail here where the 3 is, pocketing the 2. So he will shoot the 2 ball in the corner, and the cue ball will travel 3 or 4 rails. I'm expecting only 3, but he might hit the 4th rail. Ball come up a little shorter than he wanted to. He's going to be fine, but he's got to work a little harder than he wanted to. He's left a wide angle, which will leave a little bit of angle here on the 4 too, where he can shoot the 4 and put the cue ball about where it's at now after the 4 ball to shoot the 5 in the corner where the 3 is going. That'll work. All right. Everything's looking good. Still basic. All right. And he did bump into this, so he's going to cut the 8. He wants to miss the 9 coming back across and play the 9 ball in the same corner as the 8 it is right now. Missed the 9. Bounce off the rail. All right. We're back here. Lee Vann back in the game here, and he is at 3 games now, 5-3. It was a 4-game lead. Now it's 2 with him breaking. He is tightening up the match and catching up. A couple years ago, Lee Vann did win the 9-ball division here. Of course, last year, Francisco Sanchez Ruiz just dominated the field. He played so good and won the event. He did not make it here this year. All right, leave Vann the break. He's got to try to do something different here to where he can try to pocket a ball. He has come up dry. Except for one rack, he didn't have a shot. So let's see if the one ball goes in. It did not, but he did make the corner ball. He lost the cue ball. No control here. He can see the one with no shot. Again. So he doesn't have anything offensive shot here, so he's got to find a way to play defense. Unless he could bank the one ball is the only possibility. He's got a few balls that are in the way here to do that. Mainly the 9 ball. He tried to bank it and did not get past the 5. He has left a shot here. If there is one, it appears to be a very tough combination from the 1 to the 5, where he will have to play safety. All right, good combination. Hits the 5. The 1 hits the 5 thin. He goes up and down. He's got a good shot on the 1 ball now. Now make it pocket this one in the corner. He's got a decision if he wants to roll it slow or go back and forth. I think he should go back and forth because he's got to create an angle here to go from the 2 to the 4. If he slow rolls it, he's going to have short on his angle. So I think he has to go back and forth across here. Very nice shot. Very good shot. A little elevate here. He's going to have a little bit of trouble. Should be okay, though. Might have to accept a long shot on the 6. All right. He's going to hit this with some draw, try to come around a couple rails, get a shot in the 7. He went 1 rail and back down. That will work. Little back cut here on the 7 ball. Try to use some outside right-hand English. And play the 8 ball in the same pocket. Or come straight up and down through the center of the table. I like going 2 rails to the 8. 1, 2. He is fine. 8 ball in the corner. Draw to the side. 9 on the side. Should be the next rack. Good shot. All right, and there it is. Back to a 3-game lead. Robbie Capito 6. Lee Vann over Corteza 3. 2 very good champions from the Republic of the Philippines. All right. Robbie needs 3 more games to close this match out. He is undefeated in this tournament. If he happens to lose, he does have a buyback option. Lee Vann will not have that option if he loses this. He has already taken his buyback. If he happens to lose this match, he will be out of the tournament. All right. Let's see if he makes the corner ball or one on the side. Rack number 10. All right, he did make the quarter ball, but he has scratched. Robbie is trying to let Lee Vann back in this match, and Lee Vann better take advantage of he's running out of time here. All right. Got a shot in the 1 ball. He's looking to get down to the lower half of the table. He's going to take a different route this way because the 7 and 3 are blocking the angles to go 2 or 3 rails. It's never easy to shoot the length of the table no matter what we're doing, so he's hitting this ball with high English. Going to roll it past the side pocket. And the smart thing is he went for the extra rail. Now he's looking pretty good. He's got to get this cue ball just short of the 7. He gets behind it, he'll be stuck. So just short of the 7. Perfect. Now the 5 not having a pocket. I think he's gonna roll forward here a little bit and then play the 5 ball on the side. Okay, the 5 does pass the 6. Very small if it does. Make it on the right side of the pocket. He did. Okay, it's a tough shot here. He's got to avoid the scratch. All right, here we go again. 6-4. Lee Vann's trying to stay in it. All right, game number 11 coming up. The score is Robbie Capito 6, Lee Vann Corteza 4. All right, 1 ball down. Can he get a shot after the break for the first time? The answer is no. Still no shot after the break. Frustration sitting in. All right, he's looking to try to push to a kick shot, possibly. Or just a piece of the two. To see what Robbie will pass or take it back. He's pushed way too far. And he's left Robbie a shot. So Robbie will take this shot. He will not elect to pass it. All right, going to cut it thin with some inside angles. Try to go back and forth here. Very good. Great shot. Great shot. Had to let it stroke out there a little bit. Now he's going to shoot the 4 and try to draw sideways here without touching the 5 ball between the 5 and 9. He'd love to get straight in on the 5. Some people might elect to go underneath the 5, between the 5 and the rail. I wouldn't want to bump the ball. I would just try to go sideways and come tight to it. As such, well, that's perfect. Absolutely, Jim, perfect. Yeah, we'll just shoot the 6. Just leave a slight angle so that way you're not forced to shoot the 7 off a rail. The 8 and 9 are on the opposite sides of the table, so when he shoots the 7, he will have to leave a little angle to go from the 8 to the 9. You generally want to leave the angle where you're cutting the ball from the center part of the table. In other words, you don't want the cue ball tight to the rail here. See, that's tight to the rail. You'd rather cut it the other way. He's going to be fine, though. So shoot this with some bottom spin, a little bit of draw. Dead center table, somewhere in the area for position for the 9, and close out the game. All right, just as such. And a 9 ball to pocket here to go to 7 games. He's got it down. All right, you see the score. Robbie Capito 7, Vann Corteza. Life's on the line here. He's got to hold off here. And find a way to get on the board and win this match. Otherwise, he will be eliminated from the 9-ball division of the Derby City Classic. Robbie Capito is undefeated at this moment. Very, very important break. Couple balls down with no shot on the 2-ball. That's easy. It does have an easy safety here. Two different directions. He can cut the 2 toward the 9. Send the cue ball 2 rails down and have the 8 and 4 have coverage here to block the accessibility to the 2. Or he can shoot the 2 straight up and down the table and put the cue ball behind the 9. Fantastic shot. Okay, Lee Vann's going to kick off the back rail. He'd like to kick at this ball 2 rails instead of 1. 2 rails meaning hitting the back of the 2. So we can kind of leave a little better chance of leaving distance when the balls stop rolling. A lot of spin on the cue ball, and he scratches. And the 2 falls down. So he's got a shot, he's going to have ball in hand on the 3 ball to shot to go on the hill here. Now he's got to commit to this to where he's going to play the 4 in the corner or the 4 in the side. So he's got to make sure he makes a commitment on what to do. If he's going to roll down for the side pocket, I think would be the best thing he can do. All right, for y'all folks out there in TV land, I just got the message here. The next match on the TV table, it says, boom, here it is. At 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, unless this match carries over, I don't think it's going to, will be Efren the Magician Reyes, the GOAT, versus Tony Chohan. I will step out of commentary for that, and will be Jeremy Jones and Scott Frost is the scheduling unless something changes for the commentary. So make sure you get your pay-per-view pass at www.accu-stats.com/watch. That's www.accu-stats.com//watch. Just follow the links. They're all over the place. Okay, here we go here. What a match. Could it be Efren's last match of one pocket at the Derby City Classic, or will he continue to the finals? You don't want to miss out. Quite possibly the greatest player of all time will be his last match at the biggest event there is in the world. Tune in. Do not miss that. All right, he'd like to go up and down. All right, nothing hard here. Just got to stay down on the ball, pocket the 2 with pocket speed. Very nicely done. And score has been posted. Here we go. Robbie in a race to 9. Robbie Capito 8. Lee Vann Corteza 4. Robbie's breaking. He's on the hill. 2 advanced farther down into looks like round number 9. All right, the bleachers and the chairs are starting to, more people coming in. They know what's getting ready to happen. So they don't want to miss this next match. This one's still alive. Never give up. Lee Vann still got a chance. He needs 5 games, and it's Robbie Capito's break. He's on the hill. Needs 1 game to eliminate Lee Vann Corteza to continue on.
All right, we got some 9 random matches. Table 5, Conrad Juicison and Skylar Woodward. Table 7, Billy Thorpe, Roland Garcia. Table 18, Alex Chamberlain and Max Everly. Everybody else is on standby.
Okay. I don't know what he can do from here. He's not made a ball. The one ball is hanging on the deep shelf of this diamond table. I think the only thing that he can do really realistically is to push out, let Robbie kick at the 1, or just take the shot himself. Now he could push out and hit the 5 into the 1. The 1 will stay down. Send the cue ball to the side rail and see if Robbie will take the shot from there. I like that better than hitting a kick shot. Let's see if he tries that. Looks like he might try that. All right, well, he has called a push out. And I'm sure Robbie's going to pass this back. He pocketed a 2. So Robbie had the option to take the shot or pass it. He has passed it. Lee Vann's going to have his work done to try to kick this in and get position for the 3. He has not hit the ball at all. Robbie's going to try to have to fit that cue ball between the 5 and the 1. That's not easy to do with his hand. He has ball in hand. And try to get the cue ball down table for the 3. Or he can position it right where he's got it set out now in that area and draw it a long ways. He's going to try to go in between these and thin the 1 into the pocket. Now he's going to try to go 2 rails and then possibly the 3rd rail here. After the 2nd rail going between the 6 and 8 and end up at that 2nd diamond on the side of the rail here would give him a great angle to go from the 3 to the 4. So he's got to make sure he misses the 6 ball here after the 2nd rail. Very good shot. Crowd acknowledged it. People clapping. Was a very good shot. He's got a chance to close this match out now. All right, looking pretty good. He'd like to have a little angle from the 5 going to the 6, but doesn't really need hardly anything because he can bounce off the rail and play the 6 on the side and roll forward to the 7. Pretty easy out here. All right. Oh, he's going to go the other way. This he's going to have to hit with high right because he doesn't want to come below the 7 here. Or he's going to have to shoot it and draw to the side and back over. Yeah, it's not too bad. A little tough shot, but he should be okay. All right, back and forth across here. Oh. Need to put a little more right English on that to hold the angle. All right. Tough shot here. He can shoot inside of the corner. I expect the corner. Send a cue ball all the way around the table for the 9 or take a long shot on the 9. First thing is pocket this tough 8 ball. He's going for the side pocket. Okay. Kind of a two-way shot in case he hits a short or long, too. Which he did. Leaving, laughing. He can't quite, it doesn't look like he can quite make the 8. He's looking at it. It's very close. He's going to kick at this ball. Oh. Hard to hit the ball and not go in. All right, cut the 8 in the side. Try to miss the 9. Spin the cue ball 2 rails out. And win the match. Good shot. There it is. There it is. Robbie Capito has advanced. He has no losses. He's got a buyback option, and Lee Van Corteza's tournament here at the Derby City Classic has now ended. We have another match get ready to start here in about 20 minutes, folks. Approximately 20 minutes. T-Rex Tony Chohan versus Efren the Magician, the GOAT Reyes. Stay tuned. It could be the GOAT's last time at Derby City. You never know. At 69 years old, he's done very well, and the crowd is behind him. So, on behalf of Pat Fleming's ACCUSTATS Video Productions, Diamond Pool Tables, Aramith Tournament Balls, Iwan Simonis 860 Cloth, other sponsors that we have out there, Outsville, Master Chalk. We appreciate everything. This is Bobby Chamberlain signing off. Stay tuned.